Okay, the ingredients for peanut butter fudge, we're going to use 3 cups of sugar, 1 stick of margarine, 5-ounce can of evaporated milk, a cup of peanut butter, and we like the creamy kind. You could use crunchy, a 7-ounce jar of marshmallow cream, and a teaspoon of vanilla. And we're also going to use these and put wax paper inside of them and then pour the peanut butter fudge into it. Okay, the evaporated milk says shake well on the top, so shake it, shake, 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 shake. Get it all the milk evaporated. Shake it up in a can. You got your little bottle opener or can opener. Do one on one side, one on the other. And we're going to add this to it. And don't dump it upside down because you got to let air in this hole. Okay. And then you get your stick of butter, margarine, whatever. You can use butter if you want to. And 3 cups of sugar. And this is a half, so I'm going to put this 1. 2. 3. And then I'm going to put it on the stove. Alright, before you actually put the pan on the stove and start heating it up and cooking it, go ahead and open your marshmallow cream and go ahead and measure out your cup of peanut butter, because once you get it going, once it's ready to go, you have to be able to put the ingredients in there pretty quick. So just do that before you start putting it on the stove. Alright, I'm going to cook this on, it says medium, I always put it on like 7, and it's going to all melt. And once it gets melt, it'll come to a rolling boil, and a really good boil. Once it comes to a really good rolling boil, you let it boil for 5 minutes. When the 5 minutes is up, you're going to turn your heat off, or almost, I usually turn on low, and then put my other ingredients in there and stir them all up, and then put them in the pan with the wax paper, lined with wax paper. Okay, we're getting close to the rolling boil. This is not a rolling boil. I like it to be really going before I consider it a rolling boil. Although it's pretty good. Have about 30 more seconds left. You'll notice I'm stirring constantly. Make sure you stir constantly, or it'll burn really, really bad on the bottom. You notice it's still boiling. Make sure you go the full 5 minutes too. That's very important. If you go less than that, it doesn't get crystallized. The sugar doesn't, so it doesn't make a really nice fudge. It'll be kind of runny. It'll be really, really soft. Whereas this will be a little firm. Right, time's up, so I'm going to turn the temperature on low just to still have a little bit of heat on there. I'm going to rake my marshmallow cream in there. And get it as melted as you possibly can, because you don't want clumps of marshmallow cream in there. But I found that's why I leave the burner on just a little bit, because if you don't, it gets too cool and it doesn't want to melt. So I learned the first few times to leave a little bit of heat on there. Not a lot, because you don't have to burn, but just a little bit to keep it warm. See, I've still got clumps in there, so you want to squish them out of there, break them on the side, whatever you got to do to kind of break them up. Next, I'm going to put a teaspoon of vanilla in there and stir that up. And if I overflow it, it's okay. I like vanilla anyway. And then I'm going to put my peanut butter in there. Cup of peanut butter. Sounds like a volcano. be careful not to splatter on you, because it's like napalm right now. It'll stick to you like glue and burn you really, really bad. So make sure you don't splash any of it on you, because it will hurt. That good brown color, that's good. That's about the consistency you want. See the coloring? I'm going to turn the heat off, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to pour it in my lined pan. And you know you've got the right consistency when it kind of wants to firm up pretty quick on you. And just spread it out as good as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but fill in the corners as good as you can. Notice I kind of fold the wax paper a little bit. Yeah. And now what we'll do is I'll take this and put it in the refrigerator. I'll let it sit for a little while just to cool, and then I'll put it in the refrigerator just to finish it off. All right, this is set overnight in the refrigerator, so if you grab your wax paper, it'll pop loose, and then I usually just lay it on a cutting board. And then I've got this big knife, and I just cut it in rows, and then I'll cut it like this, and that's it. You're done.